Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene believes that the Capitol rioters who are currently in jail, either because they're awaiting trial and they've been deemed too dangerous to release, or because they've already pleaded guilty, or if they've already been convicted, whatever it is, she wants them all released from prison because she says they are political prisoners. And she used a recent appearance on Steve Bannon's program to make quite possibly the worst analogy between the Capitol rioters and the frickin' Taliban. Here is what she had to say. There were 5,000 terrorist prisoners released from a camp, set free. Here are my thoughts. Here we have people being held in prison that were at the Capitol on January 6th. They're being treated like political prisoners of war, but yet we have President Biden and Kamala Harris, don't forget her, hold her accountable, and this entire administration that allowed terrorists that will chop your head off, throw gay people off of buildings, that will cover women in burqas and shove them in homes and treat them like slaves, never to be seen from again. Are you talking about the Taliban at that point, or are you still talking about the Capitol rioters? Because it's not exactly clear which group you're talking about at that point. But let's address the idiotic claims you make here. First and foremost, there is no evidence whatsoever that these people are being mistreated in prison. Nobody has yet to be able to produce any evidence at all to suggest what Marjorie Taylor Greene and, of course, Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan and Gohmert have been pushing for some time now, and that is that these people are somehow being mistreated. No. Most of them that were arrested were released pending trial. The ones that were not is because it was deemed that they were a flight risk, that they were a danger, that they were a threat. Happens all the time in the judicial system. Literally happens every day here in the United States. These people are no different. They go through the same type of process. Is this person going to be a normal member of society while they await their trial? Or are they going to go out and commit other crimes, hurt other people, flee the country possibly? It gets weighed in every single criminal case. That's what happened. But I wouldn't expect Marjorie Taylor Greene, the former CrossFit person, to understand how the judicial process works here in the United States. The other point that I think is very important is you're saying, oh, it's ridiculous the Taliban released these people and Biden let them. Okay, Biden didn't let them do that. Like, Biden didn't call them up on the phone and say, hey, while you're storming the place, why don't you go ahead and release all those crazy... Nope, that's not what happened either, Marjorie. Joe Biden has no part in the fact that they, over there in a different country that we've been in for 20 years too long, did. Furthermore, if you want to make the case that your buddies need to be let out of jail, comparing them to people who, as you say, cut people's heads off and throw gay people off of buildings, yeah, probably not the best analogy. Well, if people who chop heads off are allowed to go, let's get these people out of jail because, tomato, tomato. Yikes! Not to mention the fact terrorists overtook a country, did horrible things, and you're saying, well, because they got to do horrible things, we should get to do horrible things too. That's also not how it works. I am every day shocked at the level of stupidity we see coming out of this human being, Marjorie Taylor Greene. It is astounding how dumb this person is. Who ties her shoes in the morning? Who helps her get dressed? Because at this point, I am not convinced that she has enough scruples to be able to do it herself. Like, there's got to be somebody behind the scenes saying, like, okay, first arm in, okay. It blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. And the worst part is, much like Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan, she's from a deep red district. And if she wins her primary, she's going to be back in Congress for another 2 years at least after this. That's a terrifying thought. But that's the way it breaks down. Marjorie Taylor Greene and her insanity are likely not going anywhere. And that's really sad for the United States.